Return of the Blossoming Blade, episode 137. Really is the return of the Mount Hua Sect, but we move. Trickle. Drink, young master. Some cold tea should do you good. Clack. Chug. Slam. I must say, I thought you'd have a better eye for a son-in-law than some mountain Taoist. Blood might be thicker than water, it's true, but is there no length you tangs won't go to? You think this is a scheme? I would rather pluck out my eyes than suffer the sight of you with my precious daughter. Wait, are you saying that this wasn't your bidding after all? The very notion is an insult. Then why does your daughter keep throwing herself at me? That is crazy. Why does she keep throwing herself at me? And you're talking to her dad, that's crazy. Father, would you rather have me married off to some dusty old man and languish in neglect? All I'm asking it for is an introduction, nothing more. Sigh. Would that I knew myself. Indeed, an average glutton like you do not deserve my child's hand in marriage. Sip. Be warned, not even in your wildest dreams will anything come of this. I am merely humoring my daughter's wishes for the moment. A lesser man might take offense at that, you know. What's so lacking about me? I admit you are a truly outstanding martial artist. That said, I'm sure you will agree that you're far from an upstanding person. That's funny. He certainly got me there. It is a father's want. What? Bro, the translation is shit. It is a father's want to have his daughter wed to a good man rather than a strong man. Maybe it's good, maybe it's just me, I don't know. However, my position as the Tang patriarch forbids me from actively opposing your acquaintance. I didn't realize being a father and a patriarch was such a tough balancing act. Indeed it is. He's an interesting sort, this one. He's pragmatic to a fault, yet he's obsessed over matters of honor. And though he seems cold-blooded enough to sacrifice his own kin, he's not immune to sentiments and affection. Bro, this guy was just an evil prick just a moment ago, but I guess the contrast between him and Botang is stark. No wonder. A man burdened with the heavy responsibilities of leading the Tang clan can hardly drift as freely in the wind as Bo did. It was thanks to his immense talent as a martial artist that Botang was even granted the title of Prime Elder after all. By rights, his conduct would have otherwise earned him expulsion from the clan. That is precisely why I have faith that you and Mount Hua present a turning point of sorts. Which leads us back to the main issue at hand. Are you prepared for the journey ahead? As ready as I'll ever be. Then let us not waste any time and cut to the chase. What is that you desire from my clan? Cut to the chase? I like the sound of that. Let me ask you this in return. Does the Tang clan want an alliance with the Mount Hua? To be clear, it is not Mount Hua I wish to ally with but you. Me? You say that as if you can have one without the other. I am well aware of that. Even so, I would prefer that you're made aware of my intentions from the start. An alliance with Mount Hua would be a welcome condition to count your swords among ours. Likewise, we would gladly furnish Mount Hua with whatever support it needs. Pray bear in mind that this courtesy is extended to you as a token of the Tang clan's high esteem. How flattering to hear the mighty Sichuan Tangs promising to lend their aid to Mount Hua for my sake alone. Flattery, perhaps. Worth the humility of winning you over? Most certainly. Ha. You're an even better liar than I expected, my lord. What part of this seems like a lie to you? Oh, come now. Don't look at me like you're about to bite my head off. I was suggesting that the head of the Great Tang clan has some devious ulterior... I wasn't suggesting that the head of the Great Tang clan has some devious ulterior motives at heart. It simply irks me to hear you promising us the world as though you're doing us a favor out of the kindness of your heart. Okay. Your youthful immaturity dulls your insight, young master Cheongmyeong. As I said, your martial prowess is remarkable, but it remains firmly in the realm of possibility for now. A tiger cub may growl and roar, but there is no guarantee it will rule the mountains one day. The uncertainty is what prohibits your sect from bartering on equal terms with our clan. I dare say it will not change even once you become the undisputed champion of the realm. After all, the presence of one peerless master alone does not necessarily bolster the entire sect's might. Why must I gamble on your potential for greatness at the cost of elevating Mount Hua to an equal footing with the Tang clan? He's making sense, he's talking that shit. Tell me, what gain would it present? Nod. I wouldn't begrudge you for seeing things in that light, Lord Tang, but deals aren't struck between perfect equals, with each gaining just as much as the other. Deals are made between those who have a need and those who can fulfill it. And let us be frank, it is not Mount Hua that has a need for the Tang clan, but that the Tang clan stands to gain from befriending Mount Hua. What does this young man know that he'd speak with such confidence? This is the seat of the Tang clan, is it not? It is, yes. To the south south lies the Ma sect, and to the north the Qincheng sect. Then you have the Wudang in the distant east, with Zhongnan some ways above them. As for the Diankang sects way below, but we'll leave them for another time. It is not as though Dankyang alone will tip the balance either way. Haha, finally, a glimpse behind the mask. Who knows, perhaps this proud clan leader is as carefree as Botang, deep within his true nature. Even so, leadership of the Tang clan is not a title that you can be claimed by a man who is swayed so lightly. In a way, his desire is single-minded, absolute pragmatism. A man commits to nothing without a tangible benefit in sight. It speaks volumes then that such a calculating figure would risk extending his hand in alliance to his possible detriment. If you have a point to make, I suggest you make it plain. Well, I think it's funny, that's all. What is? The way you're boxed in all sides. Members of the 10 great sects in each and every direction, all equal or superior to your clan. That's not to mention the horde of beggars panhandling all across Sichuan, obviously. Sheesh, I have no idea how you can even sleep at night. You seem to misunderstand, young master. Our clan has no such rivalries with the great sect. In fact, we honor them as our comrades and esteemed allies. Oh, I'll bet you do. Or at least did until the demonic cult fell. No doubt that the 10 great sects and the 5 clans of renown will band together in the face of a common threat. But once the threat is gone, alliances have a way of crumbling under clashing interest and seeking out new foes in paranoia. Even if these new foes once fought alongside them as brothers in arms only moments before, you dare imply the other renowned clans do not share the same problem as you, since the Namgung, Pang and Moyong clans are situated in the east. Unfortunately for you, Tangs, you're all the way over here in the west, cut off from your friends among the other renowned clans by the great sect standing in your way. In other words, you may call yourself the 5 clans of renown, except the Tang clan alone is surrounded on every side, pressured from every which way by the great sects as Tang clan stands isolated. Is this truly the strategic vision you had in mind? It's no surprise that you're so eager to befriend a new ally, one that can contend with the fearsome great sects and watch your clans back. And oh, would you look at that, just looming behind the Wudang and Zhonggang, by sheer happenstance, right in the perfect place to keep the two in check, stands the great sect of Mount Hua. How's that for pragmatism? This is the tangible gain that guides his steps. Let's say the central plains form the playing board in vast game of Go. To escape an encroaching snare, one must lay the pieces on the outside of the encirclement, not the inside. It will change nothing to keep padding out the defense with more stones when you're already under siege. Oh, then you see your sect are the breaker of this so-called siege. Mount Hua, which no longer even regarded as one of the 10 great sects. That's why we're best suited to lend you our aid. Think about it. Why would we ally with the Tang clan if we have the choice to remain a member of the 10 great sects? I know you see sense in what I'm saying, Lord Clan Leader. Call them allies all you wish, but you understand that these uneasy bonds only extend so far. He speaks the truth, a truth that most would hesitate to voice in the open. Yet, it's the undeniable reality, nothing less. Let's not beat around the bush, Lord Tang. Your true intention is to befriend Mount Hua as a way to maintain your clan's balance of power against the neighboring great sects. The mere rumor that Mount Hua and the Tang clan have forged an alliance should cause the 10 great sects to suddenly be mindful of our sect's presence, which would in turn lighten the pressure exerted on the Tang clan. Incredible. He sees through every layer of this predicament. Perhaps it was my gaze that failed to pierce through the superficial. The young master before me is no drunken brute. It's entirely possible that the game pieces he speaks of are not mine to direct as I please, but rather his to determine in the palm of his hand. I had underestimated you, young master. Is that so? How exactly? All brawn and no brain. That's what I saw at first. And now I see I stand corrected. There is some brain to you at least. From the master of the shadows to the master of sass. Yeah, he's hella sassy. Bo, you better keep your descendant in line or I swear by the Tao on phone him. You're making a compelling case. Those are indeed the terms I desire. So do Mount Hua's intentions differ from mine? I wouldn't say so as such. My sole gripe is that the terms of the alliance would allow the Tang clan room to breathe while inviting even more animosity against our sect. All I ask is that we make a fair gain in return. Not some empty gesture like throwing a dog a bone, but a worthwhile investment. This is how we strike a deal at Mount Hua. A fair gain, you say? Very well. Then I shall allow... Oh, before you commit, let's make one thing clear first. This alliance is not some boon to be bestowed by the Tang clan as a favor to the Mount Hua, but a favor being granted by the Mount Hua to the Tang clan. So you ought to stow that haughty, self-righteous demeanor where the sun don't shine before we exchange another word about a fair deal. And when you address me, sir, know that you speak with an envoy of the great sect of the Mount Hua. Ooh, tell him.